Quick reminder, you're gonna need a surface that you can be on that's obviously grippy enough that you're not gonna slip. We will do a lot more full body today. So like I said, I kind of assess the situation. If you need shoes on, get the shoes. You're gonna be doing lunges today. There might be small little hopping. I don't want anybody slipping and hurting themselves, okay? You're gonna need a backpack with whatever weight you want and a chair. Those are the 3 things, okay? Apart from that, let's actually get started. We're gonna get started by warming up the core. So we're gonna be down on the floor. We're gonna go back to the hand to toe reach that we did last week. And from there, we're gonna go into some bodyweight squats with lunges. And then we're gonna go into something called the lunge pulse. Today, you're gonna pretty much fight with yourself and your body in terms of the lactic acid. Again, if middle of the set you are struggling, just take a second. Give yourself that break. Don't worry about it. This is just you. This is for you, and take your own pace, okay? So, first one, you're gonna be on the floor. We're gonna go hand to toe reach. It's gonna be cross body. Remember that anything to do with the core, I want you thinking about bracing, neutral spine, and drawing in the core, belly button in, and then tightening that position as if somebody is about to come and you're like bracing for impact, okay? The other thing too, remember my rules of thumb for the knees, the knee mechanics there. No matter which way you place your feet, your knees need to follow in line with that direction, along with making sure the inside of your kneecap is going to your second and third toe or just on top of your second and third toe as it bends, okay? Apart from that, let's get started. I'm gonna make sure my weights are near me. Apart from that, let's go. Okay, let's start. We're gonna be on the floor, draw down. We're gonna go cross body, hand to toe reach, okay? Don't worry about trying to actually touch the toe if you can't, because your range of motion is limited. Don't worry about it. We're gonna stick to the same side. I want you to just think about crushing the core in the side body formation. So I'm thinking about your bottom right rib cage going to your left sided hip, okay? And you're thinking drive down in order to crunch and squeeze across, okay? Keep going, 3 more seconds. Good. Coming up, put on the backpack, and we're gonna go body weight squats. So remember the rules with your knees into a reverse lunge, okay? So 3 body weight squats into alternating reverse lunge and back to the beginning. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So 3, 2, 1, and reverse lunge, reverse lunge. Again, 3, 2, 1, reverse lunge, reverse lunge. 3, 2, 1. Now remember, you can take whatever pace that you want. Make sure that you are bracing your core as you do this. Think about your knee mechanics. Both feet are facing forward. Both knees are forward when you go for that reverse. Good. 20 seconds rest here. We're going to go into what is a lunge pulse. So I want you to take that lunge stance. And what we're going to do is simply go up and down without breaking the stance. So you're not going to step forward. We're going to stick to the same side, and we're going to go through it all, okay? Remember, if you start feeling that lactic acid burn, either continue through it, let's start, or take a break as you need. Stick to the same side, 40 seconds of work. Ooh, I can feel it already. Okay? If you need the weight, keep it. If you don't, don't. 20 seconds. Take a pace you can control. Woo! It's burning. 10 seconds. Breathe. 5 seconds. Oh yeah. Come on. Done. Good. Put the bag down at the top. Or if you want to keep the weight on, put it on. Just reach for the floor, okay? So we're going to go with the plank reach. You're in a plank position, and I want you to reach for the floor directly in front of you, okay? Trying to keep that back neutral. In 3, 2, 1. Plank, reach. Alternate side. Plank, reach. Hold out, guys. Come on. Keep that back as neutral as you can. And reach for the floor. I want you to try and extend your arm fully. So really reach as far as you can without breaking form. Don't worry. If you're leaning too much side to side, just try to see if you can prevent it. If it happens, it happens. But try. 8 seconds. Come on. Woo! Today's gonna be a day. Good. And come back up. And you're gonna switch sides for the lunge pulse, okay? So this time, you're gonna start with the left leg forward. Remember, think about your knee mechanics, okay? Backpack on or off, it's up to you. We are gonna sweat today. All right, go. 40 seconds, okay? Take a pace that you can control. Remember, think about your knee mechanics. You want that hip facing forward, so no rotation in the hip. Your hip is facing forward. Knees are coming forward, and they're in line with your feet. Okay? Don't worry about the depth. Just breathe and take a pace you can control. 10 seconds. Woo! It's burning. Let's go. 4 seconds. Good. And you can take the backpack off. We're going to go back to the hand to toe reach. On the floor, we're going to go the opposite side this time. So left hand reaching for right foot. And remember, you're thinking bottom left side rib to right side hip, okay? Ready, and go. 2. Remember to drive down on the core. Thinking about, don't worry about trying to reach for your toes. Just thinking about bottom left side rib to right side hip. Keep going. 12 seconds. Drive down on the core. Keep it tight. 5 seconds. Good. Coming up. Put the backpack back on. We're going to the bodyweight squats to reverse lunges. I'll face this way this time. So remember, think about your knee mechanics as you do the reverse lunge. That's the most important part. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Reverse lunge. Good. 1, 2, 3. Reverse lunge. Don't worry about depth. Focus on range of motion that you can control. Come on. Right to the bell. Keep that core tight. Let's go. Reverse lunge, keep that hip facing forward, and done. Good, we're going into the pulse. Now remember, if it's too hard to maintain, take a second. Take slower pace if you need to, okay? 4 seconds. Remember, don't worry about depth, right foot forward. Let's go. Pulse. Keep that hip forward, knees forward. Try to keep that back upright. Don't try to lean forward and do this, okay? Remember that the hip can't be rotated. It's facing in the direction you're going. If you need help with that, put your hand on your hip. Look down, you can see if one hand is behind the other, and rotate your hip so they're in line. Woo! 10 seconds. Come on. Stay with it. 3 seconds. Good. And we're going to go with the plank reach. Woo! Burns. Going on the floor, you can have backpack on or off. Maintain the plank position, core tight. Stay parallel to the ground. No hills, no valleys with your hips. And I want you to make sure that your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder, okay? Go. And try to see if you can extend that arm fully forward. Good. Come on, guys. Let's go. Fight for it. Don't worry if you're leaning from side to side. As long as you're trying to prevent it, it still happens, it happens. You can take a wider stance with your feet if it helps to keep you in place. Come on. Good. Back into the rest and back into the lunge pulse, okay? Breathe here, guys. Don't worry about depth. Keep your pace. Keep breathing. Woo, we're gonna get the heart rate going today. Let's go. And start. Take a pace. You know you can maintain knee mechanics. And make sure both feet are facing forward. Hip is facing forward. And don't lean forward with the back, okay? Your quads will be on fire. Come on, let's go. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Come on. Good. Big break. Take a moment here. I'm gonna explain the next set of 5 exercises. This is a moment for you to go get water if you need to. Washroom, whatever it may be. All right, so you're gonna take the backpack off. We're actually gonna use it. We're gonna hold it from either end here, okay? The first one that we're gonna do is gonna be a forward lunge. Whichever foot that you lead with, you're rotating to that side, okay? So, forward lunge to rotation, then forward lunge, alternate side, rotation, okay? Next, we're gonna bring in the chair. This one you can do backpack on, backpack off. We're gonna bring in the chair. You're gonna plank on an incline, and we're gonna bring back the knee raise, but on an incline. So, we're doing it on an incline to kind of put less pressure on your back if you're using the backpack. If not, just keep the incline anyways. If you want to do it off the floor, you can also. It doesn't have to be with the chair, okay? So we'll stick to one knee on that side. Then we're gonna go and pick this back up. We're gonna go reverse lunge. And this time, when you reverse lunge, okay, whatever knee is forward or ahead, you're gonna rotate to that side, okay? So it's not the leg that you're going back with. All right, and then you're gonna alternate, rotate. Then we're gonna go back to the chair plank. We're gonna go with the other knee raise. So we're gonna go on the right side this time, if you had to use the left. Then we're gonna go into the overhead squat for the last exercise, okay? Above your head, you're gonna try to maintain the same knee mechanics and squat mechanics as you come down and maintain this overhead, okay? You're gonna try to keep that back straight. Now, if you have restrictions in the shoulder on the overhead position, just keep it in front of you and just do the squat that way. All right? Okay, we're gonna get started here. So it's gonna be forward lunge to rotation. Ready, stick to the same side, set, and let's go. So I'm gonna go with my left and rotate to my left, okay? Right, rotate to the right. And remember that the knee mechanics, your foot and hip, still need to be facing forward even as you rotate, okay? So keep that core tight. As you try to rotate, you should feel your obliques turn on. Good, and it'll limit how far you can actually rotate. I don't want you to go any further, okay? Good. Next, you're gonna do with backpack on. It's up to you, not, but we're going to the chair plank with knee raise, okay? So, you're gonna get that plank position off the chair, And then we're gonna knee raise. In 3, 2, 1, go. Now remember, I don't care about how high you bring this knee, okay? Keep that core tight and focus on stability. Try to prevent too much movement in the shoulder, in the hip, and try to raise that knee as far as you can without rounding the back. You're gonna notice that the higher you try to go with the knee, the more the back and the pelvis needs to rotate in order to give you that range of motion. I don't want that, right? I want you to respect that neutral spine and try to maintain it. 2 seconds. Good. And put the chair away. We're gonna go take the bag, hold it in front of you. This time is a reverse lunge and rotation, okay? So remember, it's not rotating to the side where the leg is going back. It's whichever knee is forward. So I'm reverse lunging with my right, rotating to my left. Okay? Reverse lunge with my left, rotating to my right. Core tight. And remember, hip is facing forward the entire time. Good. Keep that core tight. 10 seconds. Don't worry too much about the depth. Worry more about the mechanics. Good. And put the backpack on if you want. It's up to you. And we're going back into the plank. Knee raise, other side this time, okay? Breathe. You got 7 seconds. And then we got the overhead squat, and we're gonna do that all over again. All right? Set, go. Remember, don't go too high with the knee. I want you to just go as high as the pelvis will allow before it starts to rotate. Because if it rotates, it's gonna round your spine, which we don't want. Okay? Draw in towards your spine with your belly button and brace, like I told you. Keep going. 10 seconds. Come on. Whew. We're gonna sweat. 5 seconds. Let's go. And good. And we're going with the overhead squat. Again, if you have shoulder range of motion issues, just have it right in front of you. But remember, thinking about knee mechanics as you do this, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay? Wherever your feet are going, your knees will follow and track in that same direction. You are creating that box with your knees and your feet. And remember that your inside kneecap needs to track on top of your second and third toe. Okay? Core tight as you do this. 14 more seconds. Come on, guys. Keep it together. Woo. 5 seconds. Let's go. Good. And we're going to go back to the beginning. This is the forward lunge with the rotation, okay? Alternating sides. Breathe. Don't worry about depth on the lunge. Keep the core tight, hip forward, and think about your knees. Breathe, guys. Ready, set, go. Forward lunge, you're rotating the same side as the forward knee. Okay? Try not to rotate the hips. Keep going. Back is straight, core tight. 17 seconds. Come on. 10 seconds. Let's go. 4 seconds. Good. And we are going with the chair plank. Backpack on or off, it's up to you. And remember that you're sticking to the same size with the knee raise. Okay? 5 seconds. Draw in the core. And remember, don't worry about the height. Let's go. Just get it as high as you can maintain that pelvis being still. Let's go. Come on, guys. Hold that position. Keep the elbows directly underneath the shoulder. Pull your shoulder blades together and hold this position. Draw in the core and brace. Try to prevent rotation in the hip. Let's go. Come on, hold that. 5 seconds, come on. Good. And put the chair away to the side. Take backpack off. And we're gonna go reverse lunge. And remember, it's whichever knee is forward is the side that you're rotating on. So don't follow the foot that's going back, okay? Ready, set, go. Reverse lunge, rotate. And remember, pelvis stays forward. Don't worry too much about depth. Keep that back straight. You should feel your obliques on the rotation. If you don't, that means your pelvis is rotating with you, okay? In order to access the oblique, the attachment point, which is in your pelvis, needs to stay still. Let's go. Come on. Good. And we're going back to the chair plank, going with the other knee this time. I'll put the chair here so you can see it. And remember, elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Shoulder blades together. Core tight. Draw in. And let's go. Remember, try to prevent rotation in the hip. Don't worry about height on the knee. Just keep that core tight. And pelvis still. Neutral spine. Draw in the core. And let's go. 16 seconds left. Come on. Come on. You got this, guys. Hold tight. 2 seconds. Good. Put the chair away. Take the backpack off. I'm going with the overhead squats. Remember, knee mechanics. Create that box inside knee on top of your second and third toe, okay? And ready, set, go. Come down to a squat. Remember, take your pace that you can control. It's difficult enough that you can still, breathe without gasping for air too much. But it should feel like work, okay? I want you to actually make sure that you're not doing just 3 squats in this entire 40 seconds. Let's go. Let's get a workout. 7 seconds. Let's go. Good. And take a break. This is a moment for you to get some water if you need it, and go to the washroom if you also need it. Now, we are going to go into the last group set of 5, which we're going to run twice, okay? Same format, 40 seconds of work. The first one is going to be a reverse lunge into a hop, okay? So I'm going to show it in both angles so you kind of see what I'm doing. So you're going to go into that reverse lunge. So you're going to be standing first, go into the reverse lunge, and from here, I want you to drive the knee up and hop simultaneously, okay? You can put the foot back down to get stability going into the reverse lunge, or you can go right back in to the reverse lunge. It's up to you. Okay, so reverse lunge to hop, reverse lunge to hop, okay? Now you can do it with the backpack. Don't worry about the height of the hop. That's not important. I just want you to be going through this full body motion, okay? So remember, protect yourself. Obviously, don't go to a pace that's too fast that you can't control and there's no stability, okay? So again, for those who need to see it, facing forward, It's a reverse lunge right into the hop. Okay? You can put this foot back down. It's up to you, or you go right back in. Okay? You can put it with backpack on, off, doesn't matter. Then we're gonna go into side lunge. Now, if I'm using this fridge as a reference, my goal with the side lunge is that my ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder are stacked on top of each other in a straight line when I'm in the end range of motion of the side lunge. So what I mean is that I want you to think of getting flush with a wall. So if we're using this as reference, okay, I'm gonna side lunge and get flush with it, okay? I don't know if you can see it on that angle, but foot, knee, hip, and shoulder, one straight line, as if I'm getting flush with the wall, okay? That is the side lunge. So the hip is going back. So from the side angle, it looks like this, okay? You're hinging at the hip, bending at the knee in order to come down, all right? So your back stays straight the entire time. So we're gonna go right into the side lunge and come right back up repeatedly on the same side. Backpacks on, off, it's up to you. Then we're gonna go and switch sides on the reverse lunge, back into the hop, then come back to the side lunge, other side. And last but not least, we're gonna go sit up, overhead plus rotation, okay? So what I mean, so you're gonna be in the sit up position, you're gonna push to overhead, but as you come up, I want you to rotate to one side, okay? So come up and rotate at the same time. Keep those arms up. Now, if you need something to kind of hold you down, put your feet underneath the couch, whatever the case may be. Don't worry if you need that momentum from the legs coming up. Use it, that's fine with me too. Just try your best, okay? Now, if it's too hard to keep the arms overhead, have it right on your chest, do the sit up and rotate, okay? All right, let's get going here. Backpacks on or off. We're going into the reverse lunge, same side with a hop, okay? Ready, set, go. So reverse lunge to a hop. Reverse lunge, hop. Put the foot down if you need the stability. Remember that the hop doesn't need to be big. Just want this full body range of motion, and take your own pace. This one catches up to you quickly. It's like the lunge pulsing, okay? 15 seconds. Take your time. 8 seconds. Woo, you can feel those quads burn. Let's go, 3 seconds. Good. And we're gonna go with the side lunge, backpacks on, off, it's up to you. I'm gonna go side lunging to my right. Remember that you're trying to get flush with a wall. Okay, breathe, 9 seconds here. Breathe, get control of your heart rate. And 3, 2, 1. Side lunge, coming back to the top. Coming back. Remember that your goal is to get stacked with your ankle, knees, hip, and shoulder as if you're getting flush with a wall. If you need a wall, use the wall, right? Make sure that you're far enough that you're not gonna actually hit the wall, but whatever you need at your disposal to make sure that the mechanics are right, use it. 5 seconds. Remember, it's the knee and the hip bending that causes you to come down, not your spine. Good. And we're gonna switch sides here on the reverse lunge to hop, okay? In 10 seconds, breathe, get control of your heart rate. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Reverse lunge to hop, reverse lunge, and hop, okay? Remember that the knee mechanics still apply here. So as you go into that reverse lunge, your hip is still facing forward even as it comes up and goes back, okay? Knees are still in line with your toes and in the same direction. They're tracking in the same direction. 10 seconds. Woo! Come on. Feel that burn. Let's go. 4 seconds. Good. And side lunge, going to your left this time. Flush with the wall, okay? If you need a wall, use it. Remember that to come down, it's the combination of your knees bending forward and your hip going back. That way your back is straight. I don't want to see anybody rounding their back, trying to get that side lunge. Okay? Let's go. And coming back to stand, side lunge, stack, and come back to stand. You're pushing, you're loading this left leg and this hip on the left side, and then you're driving the floor away simultaneously as you're driving the left side hip hinging forward to come up. Okay? So it hinges back to come down, and then drive the hip forward to come up. Good. And last one, sit up with the weight extended, with the arms extended overhead. You're going to sit up and rotate simultaneously as you come up. Use the momentum to help you rotate. Drive down on the core and let's go. Rotate as you come up. Drive the weight to the ceiling so that when you come back down, you're still having this backpack parallel to the ground. Okay? I don't want to see it come down like this, and then you're curving it back up, okay? It's going to be parallel to the ground the entire time. Add the rotation as you come up. Let's go. Come on. 7 seconds. Drive down on the core, last one. Good. And we're going back to the beginning. Breathe here. Last run through. You got this, guys. Last run through. Okay? Reverse lunge to hop. Backpack on, backpack off. It doesn't matter. Remember, control those hips. Go. Reverse lunge and hop. Knee mechanics here. Don't worry about the depth. I just want you to be able to feel comfortable on how you bend your knees. Now, if you can't do the hop, take it off. Don't worry about it. Just drive that knee up. Try to see if you can maintain the balance. Let's go. Come on. 7 seconds. Good. And side lunge going to the right. Remember, getting flush with a wall. If you want to use a wall as a reference. Really all it is your ankle, knees, hip, shoulders stacked at that bottom position. Okay? Breathe. 3, 2, 1. And you're loading this right side, unloading by pushing the ground and driving the hip forward to come up. That's how you get that momentum. Okay? Remember that back is straight the entire time that we're doing this. Core is tight. Come on, guys. 20 seconds. At no point should your knee be internally rotated like this, okay? That's a big no-no. Flush with the wall. So that knee needs to externally rotate to get that range. Good. And we're switching sides. Reverse lunge to hop, okay? Breathe. 3 more things, guys. 3 more exercises, and then you're done. All right? 7 seconds. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Reverse lunge to hop. Reverse lunge. Remember, the knees are forward, feet are forward, especially the foot going back. Don't let it rotate. Usually if it rotates out on that landing, it means that your hip is also rotated on the left side. Okay? Come on. 15 seconds. If you need to put the foot down to get balance, get that foot down, then go back into that reverse lunge. 7 seconds. Come on, guys. Let's go. Good. And going side lunge to the left this time. 2 more exercises, guys. Woo, let that lactic acid out on those legs, quads. Shake them. 5 seconds, breathe, okay? 3, 2, 1, and side lunge. Remember that you're thinking about the knee, the ankle, the hip, and the shoulder. All right? Good. Look down. Look down the track. If you have a mirror, even better. Okay? Remember that you're not rounding your spine in order to get to this bottom position. It's happening because the knee is coming forward and the hip is going back. Okay? And then you're coming up by pushing the ground and driving your left side hip forward simultaneously. And last one. Good. And last exercise. Going down to the floor. The sit-up to rotation. Remember, you can't keep the arms overhead. Just put this right under your chest. Sit up and rotate with it. If your feet are coming up, get yourself underneath the couch if you need to. Or if it comes up, don't worry about it. Just try to push through. Okay? Up and rotate. Sit up, rotate. Remember, try to keep the backpack parallel to the ground so your arms are extended the entire time. Driving and creating momentum by driving down into the floor with your core. Come on. That's good. 10 seconds, guys. 5 seconds. Let's go. And last one. Good. All right, guys. You did it. We made it. Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun with this.